if the Browns released Deshaun Watson this offseason, they would trigger a dead cap of $172 million. So,
Texans are laughing. But one team for me, I know you want to talk a little bit about the Cowboys. I want to talk a little bit about the Browns, result versus reality. We're breaking,
all right.
Where to even start? First off, the offense was inefficient, disconnected, and even though the O-line was missing 2 of their tackles, if you ask me, I would not feel confident even when they return that it's going to make that much of a difference for an offense that has shown no signs of improvement. And Deshaun Watson, not to mention him, 2 for 11 through the air, over 10. If he threw over 10 yards, he was only 2 for 11. It's just, to me, if this goes to week 3, week 4, there's no question of whether or not to bring Winston in. I'm sure Kevin Dorsey was hoping that Jerry Jeudy would help, but what a mess this has been.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit on the head with the downfield passing game. They have no attack beyond the intermediate. And that's why it was really concerning when last year Watson goes down and you're like, okay, well, Joe Flacco, let's see what he can do. And he completely unlocked that offense with the downfield passing with Amari Cooper. David Njoku just went off. And I don't know, like, forget all, I mean, the off-field stuff is a serious concern, and I have a lot of thoughts on that, but that's a different conversation. But, I mean,
like, you get paid that much.
Well, the problem is they cannot do anything. They gave him a contract that is untradeable, and you basically, you can't cut him. I mean, you can, but I actually looked this up. If the Browns released Deshaun Watson this offseason, they would trigger a dead cap of $172 million. So,
Texans are laughing.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when they got all that haul of picks. So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, the Browns, like, that roster is kind of nice. That defense, I know, like, the score was kind of ugly in Dallas, or in Cleveland against Dallas, but I don't think that was the whole story. I think the defense will be fine. I don't know. I don't know what you do there, because you're basically stuck with Deshaun. And the weird thing is that he doesn't play like a quarterback who has confidence or even knows the system that he's in. You see when he faces a lot of pressure, he escapes the pocket when it's mostly clean, or he sometimes goes into pressure and creates sacks when they shouldn't be there.
When was the last time you played a meaningful snap?
I mean, but these are meaningful snaps though. Like these are games that like the Browns need. They're in a tough division. Like any one of those teams in the NFC North can go to the playoffs, so they can't really afford to be dropping games like this.
So I know you want to talk about the Falcons.
This is a team, yeah. This is a team. So low key, like the Falcons, you know, when you have these teams that like they get all these players in the offseason and like they get a little hype, I really like, I always fall victim to that.
Right.
So when we had to do our preseason picks, I had the Falcons at different points winning the Super Bowl, winning the NFC Championship game, missing the NFC Championship game. I was all over the place because I want them to. I don't have any ties to Atlanta, but it seems like it could be a lot of fun, that team, the pieces they have on offense. I love the move that they did to get Zach Robinson, their offensive coordinator. He came from the Rams under the whole Sean McVay thing. I just think it's going to take a little time. You know, it's a lot of new pieces, and it's to be expected that you have these little hiccups here and there. And I will say, if there is one matchup, maybe not the only one, but if I'm a new quarterback, new offensive coordinator, new system, new teammates, whatever, the first game I play, I don't want it to be against the Steelers, because those are always really tough defended teams. TJ Watt's on the other side. Mike Tomlin's a great defensive coach. Like they never make it easy for you. Even maybe their offense is struggling, but defensively they just always bring that pressure. And I think that's what happened to Kirk in this game. He was just under constant duress. TJ Watt was just going off, and they had a chance. They had a chance late. It wasn't all bad. I mean, it was uneven, but they were down, I think, 5 with 2.5 minutes, and Kirk telegraphed the pass for an interception. But I just think it's going to take time. But like with all those weapons, I want to. Yeah, I know.
Drake London.
Kyle Pitts actually got a touchdown. Like people, fantasy, everyone, they're going off. But like, yeah, it'll be interesting. I just think if they find that rhythm, they can like put up a ton of points, and
they got a lot of promise.
Yeah,
It's a team with a lot of promise.
for sure.
So you're all in on the Cowboys.
I mean, I would go all in, but I like this start for them. It's clear like this is their window to win is now.
Right.
They know that, and I actually liked that the offense wasn't lights out. You know, they got that the Turpin touchdown, which is also huge. When you have offense, defense, special teams playing well, it usually spells good things. But that, again, that was a very good Browns defense, and I think people are kind of saying maybe Dak shouldn't have gotten all that money. I think you have to pay him. I think that offense will be fine. People freaked out about the offseason the Cowboys had. I'm not worried about the regular season. For me, it's always January. Can they sustain this? Can they have that cultural shift where it's late in the year, let's play our best ball and let's just dominate teams? And you know, Mike McCarthy, he's obviously a good coach, but he just has to instill that killer instinct with them. So I'm not all in, but so far so good. I just want to see it in January.
Hey sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.